Hello and welcome to 5 at 5 and plenty to talk about. India's campaign starts today. Uh, I think rather than taking a chance with the audio, let's just get the audio sorted. So I will divide this show into three parts. One, the major Saurav Ganguly interview, which is now viral. Almost every major news organization, if you search X, if you search on Google, if you search on multiple other platforms, you will see that it is viral. And there are four news points which we will play also. Firstly, apologies for the quality of the audio. A lot of you have written to me, and I agree that the quality of the audio is not the best because the interview was conducted in a green room where both of us were actually waiting for a show yesterday, and that is when it was supposed to be done for print. And I was taking my notes, and I told him, why don't we do it on video? And we recorded it on camera, so the phone camera, and I did not have proper microphones on me at that point in time in Mumbai. So apologies for that if you did not get the audio top notch, because it was sort of, we were having this conversation and I was making my notes and I've written it out also, but that is the reason. But it's audible, and it is clearly, you can sort of understand the quality of the audio is not great, and there's no question. Anyone who has said that, जिन्होंने ही कहा है कि क्वालिटी ऑफ ऑडियो एक इशू है, मैं आपसे कंप्लीटली सहमत हूं और मान भी लेता हूं. Now there are four news points as far as I'm concerned, and we will play those clips for you also. Number one, Saurav Ganguly claiming that Virat Kohli should open with Rohit Sharma. Now that has resulted in a serious debate. If you see multiple platforms, lot of media houses, I saw at least some 30, 40 articles have already come out across language. English mein liya hai, Telugu, Kannada, Hindi, Bangla, plenty of other languages have picked it up that Virat Kohli should open with Rohit Sharma. और उन्होंने ये कहा मेरे से कि विराट कोहली शुड ओपन बिकॉज, और उनको ये लगता है कि विराट कोहली शुड बैट विद द काइंड ऑफ फ्रीडम जो आरसीबी के लिए वो कर रहे थे इन द सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ द आईपीएल. इन द सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ द आईपीएल जो फ्रीडम के साथ विराट कोहली बैटिंग कर रहे थे, सौरव गांगुली का मानना है कि वो फ्रीडम के साथ उनको खेलना चाहिए फॉर इंडिया इन द वर्ल्ड कप. And that is why he says that ahead of Yashasvi Jaiswal, he wants to see Virat Kohli open with Rohit Sharma. Now, this is a point of debate. I have my own perspective. If anybody watching the show has a question on that, you can absolutely ask me this question. This is one clip which we will play. The second point that Saurav Ganguly talks about is, I actually asked him, does he give India a chance? Does he give India a chance, and is he worried about the form of Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya? Because Rohit Sharma और हार्दिक पांड्या का, एंड बहुत सारे लोग मेरे से ये सवाल पूछा है कि आप रोहित शर्मा के बारे में क्यों नहीं पूछ रहे हो. Rahul Mukherjee says, agree that Virat and Rohit should open. If they succeed, more than half the match is won. So Rahul actually agrees with Saurav Ganguly, and that is one perspective. But then my own perspective was that if we are opening with Virat and Rohit, where does Yashasvi Jaiswal come in? Alok Khandelwal says, sir, your prediction for batting, bowling, fielding coach along with Gigi. Alok, I will address it because Saurav has also spoken on the head coach issue, and that was my point number 3 or 4, where he actually for Gautam Gambhir. Priyanshu, Boria, do you think it is the last chance for Rohit, the captain, a new captain for Champions Trophy, or off Rohit or Rohit hoga to continue? देखिए Priyanshu, there is no question that if Rohit Sharma does not win this short form competition, and from what we know, Champions Trophy will be in a T20 format. So Champions Trophy अगर T20 format में होता है और रोहित शर्मा इस वर्ल्ड कप नहीं जीतता है, I don't see Rohit Sharma continuing. I do also think that this could well be the last World Cup or the last ICC tournament in white ball cricket that Rohit Sharma plays. I do see Rohit Sharma as captain of India in test match cricket. I see him in Australia. I also see him a year down the line in England. But मुझे ये नहीं लग रहा है कि white ball के लिए रोहित शर्मा कैप्टेंसी करेंगे. अगर ये वर्ल्ड कप वो जीत जाते हैं, if he wins the world cup, ये वर्ल्ड कप पे यदि उन्हें जीते जान, then the whole story changes. The whole story changes. Rahul Dravid's swan song could not be better. Rohit Sharma could well decide to continue for a while. So a lot hinges on this. But I absolutely think that if he doesn't win this World Cup, then it's an issue. And I asked Saurav Ganguly this specific question to start with. I asked him, does he give India a chance? Because a lot of us, including myself, a lot of you, people who I've spoken to, fans, analysts of the game, observers like y'all who follow the game passionately, a lot of us think India is going into this particular World Cup as an underdog. So that is why I asked, and he was clear. He was clear that at no point in time can you rule out an Indian team. He said at no point in time can you rule out an Indian team because India has so much talent. The depth of talent in an Indian side is so much. Also, he said, because we have played so much of T20 cricket in the form of the IPL, हम लोगों ने इतना T20 खेला है, so that should also be good for India going into this competition. And the nature of the wickets, the conditions, the sizes of the grounds are so different compared to the IPL that he did not think that India will go in as an underdog. Coming to Rohit's form, he said Rohit has played cricket around the world, and Rohit is a top-notch player who has scored runs, so he is not really concerned about Rohit Sharma's form, despite the fact that the Indian captain has not been in real great touch in the IPL. Debargho Chatterjee, Rohit, Virat, Sky, Dubey, Pant, Hardik, Jaddu, Kuldeep, Bumrah, Arshdeep Chahal. He's given a team also. Sadly, Jaiswal is missing, but this team is more balanced. Debargho, I will take this team, but let me just answer this. But it's a good team that you have given. It is a very, very good team that you have given. And Saurav Ganguly also made this point that we must play one extra batsman. We must play one extra batter is one point that Saurav repeatedly made in that interview. And he also said that he's a little concerned about Hardik because he said Hardik doesn't play that much cricket and that is a problem. While Rohit plays all over the world, and Rohit, he said at this level, you just need 2 matches to come back to form. 2 matches and you're back in form. So it's not about form. But when it comes to Hardik, he did say that he's a bit concerned about Hardik's form and he wants Hardik to play a lot much more cricket going forward. We've got 3 clips for you. Let's get Shopnil to play the first clip and I'll talk about it. And then we can actually come back on the team combination as well. Keep firing your questions because this is your show, 5 at 5. So let's have the first clip from the Saurav Ganguly interview that Shopnil has gotten ready. Shopnil, can we have the first one?
There is so much talk on India's coach. Would you comment on that? I mean, because the head coach because you picked Rahul Dravid and you got Rohit Sharma as captaincy. So
I don't know who's applied.
But there's a lot of talk about Gautam Gambhir as well.
Gautam Gambhir, and if Gautam Gambhir wants it,
is he a good candidate?
I think he'll do a good job because he's passionate. He's honest of what he wants. He's done well with the Knight Riders this year. But at the international level, it's a bit different. So he has to understand that and he deal with the likes of Kohli and Rohit Sharma.
That was my last question. That there's so much talk that Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Gautam Gambhir. Do you think he's a good manager to be able to manage these egos?
I think so. I'm sure he'll understand. He'll understand that at this level it's got to be a bit different. But if he wants it, I think he's good.
So there you go. There's a serious vote of confidence coming from Saurav Ganguly for Gautam Gambhir. I apologize for the audio, but it was pretty clear. And what he said to me, he clearly said Gautam Gambhir is honest. He's a good reader of the game, and we had a long chat after that on Gautam Gambhir. He asked if he has applied or not, but if he has applied, Saurav Ganguly's vote of confidence clearly for Gautam Gambhir. He said that he's had success with the Kolkata Knight Riders, and that sort of gives him, it's proven that he has the mettle. Yes, he said that in international cricket it is slightly different compared to franchise cricket, and we had a chat on the fact that in the dressing room there will be a Virat Kohli, there will be a Rohit Sharma, there will be egos, and Gautam will have to manage better. And Saurav Ganguly said that he will, because he will perhaps adapt better. But clearly, the moot point is Saurav Ganguly's vote of confidence for Gautam Gambhir, who he says will make a very good head coach for India. Now, that is a strong statement, unequivocally candid Saurav Ganguly statement coming in favor of Gautam Gambhir. So that's the primary news point from that clip that you just saw. Day before yesterday, a tweet had created a lot of misconception, and people thought that Saurav Ganguly was actually targeting Gautam Gambhir with a tweet of his. That was not the case. It was just a tweet for a brand that he endorses and for a particular product. It has absolutely nothing. वो ट्वीट के साथ गौतम गंभीर का कैंडिडेचर का कोई संपर्क नहीं था. सौरव गांगुली ने वो ट्वीट इसीलिए किया था कि वो एक ब्रांड एंडोर्समेंट कर रहे थे और उसके बारे में वो लिख रहे थे कि कोचिंग कैसा होना चाहिए एक्सेट्रा। सो वो कोच के बारे में लिख रहे थे, बट उसके साथ गौतम गंभीर का कोई दूर दूर तक कोई संपर्क नहीं था। सो जो 2+2 किया जा रहा था वो गलत था। और सौरव गांगुली ने इस सवाल के साथ, इस जवाब के साथ कंप्लीटली क्लैरिफाई कर दिया है कि उनका वोट गौतम गंभीर की तरफ जा रहा है। अगर गौतम गंभीर इस पद को लेना चाहते हैं और ये हेड कोच के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, तो गौतम गंभीर एक सीरियस कैंडिडेट है। और सौरव गांगुली क्लियरली कह रहे हैं कि वो ऑनेस्ट है। उनका कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स के साथ जो परफॉर्मेंस है, वो भारतीय हेड कोच के लिए उनके पास ये क्रेडेंशियल्स हैं। और वो ये भी कह रहे हैं कि हाँ, हालांकि इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट विल बी डिफरेंट कंपेयर टू फ्रेंचाइज क्रिकेट, बट गौतम गंभीर शुड बी एबल टू अडेप्ट, और वो विराट कोहली, रोहित शर्मा जैसे स्टार्स को ड्रेसिंग रूम में हैंडल कर पाएंगे। सो दिस, according to me, was the takeaway from this particular news point, that a serious vote of confidence coming for Gautam Gambhir from Saurav Ganguly. Last जो हेड कोच राहुल द्रविड़ को चुना गया था, वो सौरव गांगुली बीसीसीआई प्रेसिडेंट होने के नाते उन्होंने, और जय शाह तब सेक्रेटरी थे, उन्होंने चुना था। तो इस कोच सिलेक्शन के समय ये जो बड़ा बयान सौरव गांगुली का आ रहा है कि गौतम गंभीर एक स्ट्रॉन्ग कैंडिडेट है। स्पोर्ट्स फैन, लुक एट ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इवन आफ्टर विनिंग still Marsh as captain instead of Cummins. Can this happen in India? Persisting with same Rohit after choking in finals. Look, that is not the point. The point is Rohit Sharma has done enough and more in that World Cup, to continue or get another chance, because he played well, sportsman, and he played well, his team played well, and right through that World Cup, it was a top-notch effort from India, except in the finals. And I agree with you. I agree with you on the pressure point. I agree with you on the choking point. I agree with you that we have not won in about 11 years, and it is getting to us. I asked Saurav Ganguly what is his take on pressure, and it was an interesting take. It was a very interesting take, sportsman, and he said to me, look, even when he was talking about the fact that Virat should open, उन्होंने मुझे ये कहा कि विराट को ओपन करने के बाद फ्रीडम से बैटिंग करना चाहिए। अगर वो फ्रीडम से बैटिंग नहीं करते हैं तो प्रॉब्लम है। और ये फ्रीडम, मुझे तो लगता है कि फ्रीडम हम दिखाते नहीं है। जब प्रेशर सिचुएशन आ जाता है तो हम एक काइंड ऑफ कुकून के अंदर चले जाते हैं। और इसीलिए मुझे लगता है कि गौतम गंभीर अगर कोच होंगे तो अच्छा होगा भारत के लिए। सौरव गांगुली ने 3-4 कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें कल कह दी। पहले वो उन्होंने कहा कि देखो, मैं जब रितिका सजदे को देखता हूं कि स्टैंड्स में वो बैठ के रोहित शर्मा का मैच देख रहे हैं, उनका फेस से दिखता है कि वो कितना प्रेशर में है। द काइंड ऑफ प्रेशर दैट रितिका इज अंडर, इट इज एविडेंट. It is evident that she is with her husband, she is intense, and that shows how much pressure there is on her and the family and on Rohit Sharma. He talked about Anushka and the kind of pressure that she's under when Virat Kohli is batting, and you can see the passion, you can see the intensity. That is where perhaps we go a little wrong. Because when you take the Australian dressing room, and Justin Langer had mentioned this point in that interview to me, he said the Australian dressing room is like a nightclub. That was the comment that Justin Langer said. अरे कि ऑस्ट्रेलियन ड्रेसिंग रूम एक नाइट क्लब जैसे है, सब कोई अपना रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और अपना रोल बहुत अच्छी तरह से जानता है, बट जब वो टीम के लिए खेल रहा है वो अलग बात है। बट यू नो द कुछ फ्री है, सब फ्रीडम के साथ अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, और हम लोग अपना टीम पे इतना प्रेशर डालते हैं और वो लोग इतना प्रेशर में आ जाते हैं कि वो एक्सप्रेशन, ये जो फ्रीडम के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, जो चोकिंग के बारे में अभी स्पोर्ट्स फैन ने जिक्र किया, वो हो जाता है। और अगर वो हो जाता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली हम लोगों का बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस तो आता नहीं है, एंड दिस हैज टू चेंज। सो दैट इज सौरव गांगुलीज मेडिसिन। की उन्होंने तो ये भी कहा, वो सेशन जो हम लोगों का था गोवा फेस्ट में मुंबई में, उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि एक समय वो राहुल द्रविड़ को फोन करने वाले थे, सेइंग कि वो जैम बुलाते हैं राहुल द्रविड़ को कि थोड़ा रिलैक्स कर लो, क्वालिटी आपके टीम में है, एबिलिटी और पोटेंशियल आपके टीम में है, बट अगर आप थोड़ा रिलैक्स कर लेते हो तो परहैप्स ये जो इंपॉर्टेंट मैचेस आएंगे, ये जो नॉकआउट के मैचेस आएंगे, ये जो फाइनल सेमीफाइनल टाइप का मैचेस आएंगे, आपके लिए और आपके टीम के लिए थोड़ा बेहतर हो जाएगा, क्योंकि प्रेशर आप अपने आप पर डाल देते हो एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ व्हाट वी आर सीइंग, एंड दैट आई थिंक इज इंपॉर्टेंट। कैन इंडिया डू दैट? सौरभ ने तो कह दिया कि फ्रीडम के साथ खेलना चाहिए, फ्रीडम इतना होना चाहिए, इतना प्रेशर नहीं लेना चाहिए। रितिका का एग्जाम्पल, अनुष्का का एग्जाम्पल, राहुल द्रविड़ का एग्जाम्पल, बट ये बोलना एक बात है। While I agree with सौरव गांगुली कि इतना प्रेशर नहीं लेना चाहिए, फ्रीडम से खेलना चाहिए, बट बोलना एक बात है और करना एक बात। 2003 का अगर हम वर्ल्ड कप देख लें, सौरभ का टीम देवर ओवर एग्रेसिव, और वो समय भी हम लोगों ने वो फाइनल का प्रेशर हम नहीं ले पाए। सो अगर हम देख लेते हैं, ये महेंद्र सिंह धोनी का टीम छोड़ के 2007, 2011, 2013 हम लोग कंटिन्यूअसली देखते आ रहे हैं कि सारे इंडियन टीम्स अंडर प्रेशर एक आइदर ओवर एग्रेसिव हो जाते हैं और कुकून में चले जाते हैं, और एज अ रिजल्ट वी लेट द प्रेशर गेट टू अस। और यही प्रॉब्लम बार बार, जो स्पोर्ट्स फैन का जो सवाल था, 2023 वर्ल्ड कप में हमारा टीम बेस्ट था, हम 10 मैच जीतकर फाइनल में गए, हम एक सुपर्ब क्रिकेट खेल रहे थे, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो फाइनल में हम लोग दोबारा इस प्रेशर पे आकर हमने मैच गवा दिया। सो रोहित डिजर्व्स टू बी कैप्टन, स्पोर्ट्स फैन, but perhaps this is his last chance, because if he doesn't win this white ball tournament, then I think he has to give way for sure. So that's where this particular answer goes. Let's take the second clip. Shopnil, can you play the second clip, and then we will continue this debate. Once again, I'm telling you, this interview has gone viral. If you search on Google, if you search on Twitter, if you search on the net, the Saurav Ganguly interview has given us many news points, and that is what we are talking about today on 5 at 5. So, Shopnil, can you play the second clip?
There's a lot of talk about who should open. Is it Rohit, Virat? Is it Jaiswal, Rohit, Virat, Jaiswal, etc.? Is there a preference you would sort of vote for?
Yeah, my preference is Virat. And Virat should just keep hitting as he did in the later half of the IPL. He's a much dangerous player that way. He's a great player. I don't think it's a big problem. Just needs to go and play.
सो क्लियरली अगर हम ये क्लिप देख लें, सौरव गांगुलीज वोट इज फॉर विराट कोहली, जो राहुल मुखर्जी उनके साथ सहमत थे। कई लोगों ने ट्विटर में भी लिखा है कि वो इनके साथ सहमत है कि विराट कोहली। रोहन चौधरी, विच एसोसिएट नेशन सरप्राइज द मोस्ट? Quite a few. USA has already surprised and shocked Bangladesh in the lead up, Rohan Chaudhary, and I know you are a lover of associate sport, whether it is football, whether it is cricket, so this is not a surprise to me, this particular question. So I get that. USA as a nation can definitely surprise, can definitely be an interesting one. हमने ऑलरेडी देख चुका है बांग्लादेश के साथ यूएसए ने सीरीज भी जीत लिया है, सो and they have some good cricketers. It is at home. One has to see if there is any kind of local support whatsoever. Will it be only expats who come to the ground, or will there be local support, and will the USA get local support? But I will not be surprised if a couple of these countries do surprise. In fact, our colleague Bharat Ramraj has written some very good articles for Rev Sports. Please जाकर Rev Sports का जो website है www.revsports.in, उनमें जाके भरत रामराज का 2 पीस है ऑन एसोसिएट नेशंस हु कैन एक्चुअली सरप्राइज अस, वो पीसेस जरूर पढ़िएगा। हमारा वेबसाइट में इट्स क्वालिटी क्रिकेट राइटिंग, क्वालिटी फुटबॉल राइटिंग, क्वालिटी मल्टी स्पोर्ट राइटिंग, हर स्पोर्ट, वेदर इट इज आज की डेट में तुलिका मान का एशियन गेम्स के लिए क्वालिफाई कर जाना, कल आज ना गायत्री और फ्रीजा हार चुके हैं इन द सेमीफाइनल्स ऑफ द सिंगापुर ओपन, बट कल उनका जो विन था, या फुटबॉल में हमारा टीम जो प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है, कल प्रैक्टिस से गुरप्रीत सिंह संधू वाला स्टोरी, या प्रीवियस डे में से जो स्टोरी, सो सारे स्टोरीज हमारा वेबसाइट में आपको मिल जाएगा, जरूर जाके पढ़ लीजिएगा। स्पोर्ट्स फैन, डू यू थिंक ब्रॉडकास्टिंग इंडिया वार्म अप गेम्स टेक्स अवे द फ्रीडम टू एक्सपेरिमेंट बिफोर? No, I don't think the team gives a damn about broadcast. The team will do everything that the team needs to do, sports fan, to get it right. In fact, I also think that warm-up matches are not taken seriously, because sometimes 11 players are not even played, 10 players come and bowl. They will do some things. Virat Kohli is not playing this particular match, or is unlikely to play this particular match. Let's put it that way. So this match is there for people to acclimatize, get into groove, get into shape, and all of that will happen. I don't see how a warm-up match will, because it is being broadcast on the host broadcaster platform, will impact the players, or because a win or a loss is about perception. A particular player's form is about perception. The team will not be impacted by that one bit. Sachin Chaudhary asked Boria, sir, what will be the playing 11? Somebody else had also asked this. I think Debargo Chatterjee had mentioned this. So playing 11 पे थोड़ा सा deep dive कर लेते हैं। सौरव गांगुली ने कहा कि एक एक्स्ट्रा बैट्समैन को खिलाना चाहिए। उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि हार्दिक पांड्या का फॉर्म लेके वो थोड़ा चिंतित है। देखिए, मुझे तो ये लग रहा है कि मुझे जो सुनने में आया है, हमारा कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट देवाशीष सेन अभी निकल पड़े हैं। इनफैक्ट देवाशीष का 8 बजे का फ्लाइट है। देवाशीष इज ऑन हिज वे टू न्यूयॉर्क. Ishan Shahane is leaving from Mumbai. So Devashish and Ishan will be covering the World Cup for Rev Sports. They reach New York tomorrow. So watch on all the Rev Sports platforms, Rev Sports English, Rev Sports Bangla, and Rev Sports Hindi. Subscribe to any or all of the platforms, whichever language you want, because we will give you the best coverage and unbiased coverage. No jingoism, factual representation of what we get. So coming back to the team, from what I have read, and I have spoken to a number of people in the US, there is bounce. Now, if there is bounce, I would think that there will be a 3-pronged fast bowling attack. So there will be a Jasprit Bumrah, one between Mohammad Siraj and Arshdeep Singh. Could well be Arshdeep Singh because of the left arm. and there will be Hardik Pandya. So these are the three faster bowlers. I'll absolutely go with Kuldeep Yadav and Ravindra Jadeja as the two spinners for a start. So these are your five specialist bowlers. Hardik, I'm going in with this bowling option because that allows me that extra batter. And I want to see if they play Shivam Dube tonight in that warm-up game. So Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, going by the Ganguly logic, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. Of course, at number 3, you can try Surya Kumar Yadav because Surya Kumar Yadav is fantastic in this white ball format. And then you actually have the option. You have the option of going in with a Rishabh Pant at number 4. And that opens up another batting position. Where you can actually try with somebody like a Shivam Dube, who brings in with that left-hander option as well, can taunt the ball from what we have seen. One is interested in seeing if Shivam Dube is in top quality form, how is he looking at the nets? Because a lot of people were telling me that Rinku Singh is looking at the nets very good, but he's in the reserves or in the alternate thing. So can Shivam Dube be the option? And then you obviously go to Hardik Pandya. Then you actually try a Shivam Dube who can give you an over or two. Then you have a Hardik Pandya. Then you have a Ravindra Jadeja. So you have 3 all-round options. After your Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Rishabh Pant, you actually have 3 all-round options before you go to your bowlers, whether it is Arshdeep Singh, Jasprit Bumrah, Kuldeep Yadav. And then if you want an extra spinner, you might want to play a Chahal as well. Because the 3 all-rounders give you that particular cushion that you have batting till number 7. And if you want to play an extra batter there, then obviously the whole thing becomes different and you can inject one extra batter into the middle. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting who you open with. The moment you open with Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, you're actually sort of leaving Yashasvi Jaiswal out. If you're opening with Yashasvi Jaiswal and Rohit Sharma, then you obviously have Kohli at 3, Surya at 4, Rishabh at 5, Hardik at 6, Jadeja at 7. Then the problem becomes, where do you accommodate a Shivam Dube? So between a Shivam Dube and an Yashasvi Jaiswal and the Virat Kohli position at the top of the order or at number 3, your team selection might get influenced. So that is the kind of combination that India will possibly go with. देखिए आयरलैंड कनाडा और यूएसए के खिलाफ तो मुझे प्रॉब्लम नहीं लग रहा है इंडिया के लिए कोई भी प्रॉब्लम होगा. पाकिस्तान मैच विल बी द ओनली मैच व्हिच विल बी ऑफ obviously of hype plus more importantly challenge for India on the 9th. बट अदर देन दैट जो हम 3 मैचेस खेल रहे हैं 12, 15 और 5 को, ये 3 मैच हमारे लिए ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं होने वाला है. उसके बाद सुपर 8 तक आपका टीम कॉम्बिनेशन क्लियर हो जाएंगे. आप जान जाओगे कि मेरा बेस्ट 11 कौन सा है और उस पर आप खेल सकते हो. एक रोहित शर्मा का there was an injury scare also, and our colleague Shubhan Chakraborty and Rohit Juglan updated you about the Rohit Sharma injury scare because एक report आ रहा था कि Rohit was limping a little bit, but I don't think there was any major scare as far as Rohit is concerned. Shopnil, can we have the third clip and then we can continue this discussion and take the last few questions?
I think he's a special player. His batting is special. Keeping is all good, but I think as a batsman he's special because of the time he has to play fast bowling. He will be a very important player in this team. Bad in the middle, he's a left-hander. He hits the ball to different angles in the ground, which are not normal. So I think he will be.
ओके, सो ऋषभ पंत के बारे में सौरव गांगुली ने, मैं एक स्टोरी आप लोगों से बता देता हूं और उसके बाद एक फनी स्टोरी देके क्लोज करूंगा आज का ये 5 at 5. सौरव गांगुली ने 2019 का वो जो इनफेमस सेमीफाइनल है न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ, जब इंडिया मैनचेस्टर में हार गया था, और इनफैक्ट मुझे अभी भी याद है, मैं जहां पे बैठा था, मैं प्रेस बॉक्स से निकलकर गैलरी में आके बैठ के मैच देख रहा था और ऋषभ पंत ने मारा एंड एग्जैक्टली मेरे सामने मिड विकेट पे वो कैच आउट हुए और वहीं से इंडिया का डाउनहिल स्लाइड शुरू हो गया. तो सबको ही हम लोग ऋषभ पंत को खिला देना, ऑल ऑफ अ सडन उनको टीम में इंक्लूड कर देना, कैसे उनका जो शॉट था वो थोड़ा सा लापरवाही था, डिड ही प्ले अ गुड शॉट, वाज ही रिस्पांसिबल, ये सब लेके बात कर रहे थे. एंड ऋषभ वाज अंडरगोइंग अ रियली डिफिकल्ट पैच. उसी रात को मुझे अभी भी याद है, जीवा द ग्रिल बोल के एक रेस्टोरेंट है मैनचेस्टर में, कारी माइल में. सौरव गांगुली और मैं उस रेस्टोरेंट में खाना खा रहे थे और सौरव ने मेरे से कहा कि देखो तुम लोग इतना बात कर रहे हो ऋषभ पंत के बारे में, मैं तुम्हें कह रहा हूं, आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट इन द नेक्स्ट 5 years, नेक्स्ट 7 years, ऋषभ पंत विल बी द बिगेस्ट स्टार फ्रॉम इंडिया. यू वॉच आउट बिकॉज दिस गाय इज स्पेशल टैलेंट. मैंने तब उनसे कहा था कि आप आप क्या कह रहे हो? आज ऋषभ पंत के बारे में इतना कुछ कहा जा रहा है और आप मेरे से कह रहे हो कि ऋषभ पंत विल बी द बिगेस्ट स्टार फॉर इंडिया in the next 5 years, next 7 years. Are you serious? And Saurabh Ganguly had told me then. I mean, it was an interview that I very much remembered that Rishabh Pant will be the next big star from India. He was right. अगर हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया देख लें, उसी साल ऑस्ट्रेलिया देख लें, 2020-21 इंग्लैंड टेस्ट सीरीज देख लें, ऋषभ पंत ने कुछ इनिंग्स ऐसे खेला है जो शायद महेंद्र सिंह धोनी ने भी नहीं खेला है. बाकी कोई विकेट कीपर तो छोड़ ही दीजिए. Even the greatest of them all, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, has not played such kind of innings on overseas soil, either in England or in Australia, that Rishabh Pant has played. So it is, and Saurabh Ganguly has always had a very special spot for Rishabh Pant. He mentored Rishabh Pant in Delhi. He oversaw Rishabh Pant's comeback as the mentor of Delhi Capitals, and he's seen Rishabh Pant very, very closely. So when I asked him about Rishabh Pant, he was very upbeat. He said he's a special player, especially as a batter. उनका कीपिंग भी हम लोगों ने देखा है इस आईपीएल में. कीपिंग तो क्लियरली वो एक सेफ कीपर है. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो वर्ल्ड का ग्रेटेस्ट कीपर है, बट वो एक सेफ कीपर है. उनके साथ आप कोई गलतियां ज्यादा एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करते हो. एंड ही इज अ वेरी डिसेंट कीपर नाउ. आर श्रीधर ने ऋषभ पंत के साथ बहुत ही काम किया था when he was the fielding coach, and he's talked to me about that multiple times, how he has worked with Rishabh Pant, the wicket keeper. And now Rishabh is solid. Having said that, उनका बैटिंग, एंड सौरभ मेड अ वेरी गुड पॉइंट अबाउट एंगल्स, कि वो पिच में मूव करके ग्राउंड का जो एंगल्स निकाल लेते हैं, स्पेशली द आर्क. उनका जो आर्क है फ्रॉम लॉन्ग ऑन, स्क्वायर लेग, मिड विकेट का जो आर्क ऋषभ पंत लेते हैं, वो आर्क उनके लिए सुपर है. टेक्स हिज एंगल्स, जहां पे फील्डर है वो फील्डर को अवॉइड करके ग्राउंड का उसी जगह में वो खेल सकते हैं. एंड दैट कुड गिव इंडिया ह्यूज फिलिप, ऋषभ पंत यूजिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर आर्क. एंड दैट इज व्हाट मेक्स ऋषभ पंत एन एक्स्ट्रा स्पेशल प्लेयर. So does that make Rishabh Pant slightly ahead of Sanju Samson? Does that give Rishabh Pant the edge going into the wicket-keeping position ahead of Sanju Samson? I will say two things. संजू सैमसन में आईपीएल में जैसे शुरुआत किया था, एंड में वैसे उनका फॉर्म थोड़ा सा टेपर कर गया था. एंड सेकेंडली ऋषभ पंत इज अ लेफ्ट हैंडर. अगर हम विराट कोहली, रोहित शर्मा और सूर्य कुमार यादव के साथ जाते हैं तो नंबर 4 में एक लेफ्ट हैंडर आना जरूरी है, क्योंकि आपको वो मोनोटनी ब्रेक करना पड़ेगा. और 5 में अगर आप हार्दिक या 6 में खिलाते हो तो दोबारा एक राइट हैंडर आ जाता है. तो ऋषभ पंत के साथ आप वो राइट लेफ्ट कॉम्बिनेशन भी आपको मिल सकता है. सो ऋषभ पंत को 4 में खिलाना, at least at the start of the tournament, I do see Rishabh Pant playing ahead of Sanju Samson, because one, he is flamboyant. Sanju is also flamboyant and strong, but Rishabh Pant, his ability to sort of play these angles that Saurav Ganguly was talking about, and also the fact that he's a left-hander gives him a slight edge, because that left-right combination, no bowler, however good you are comfortable against a left-right combination, excuse me, against any team. So that is a point that we will have to wait and see who plays, but clearly Rishabh Pant has that particular edge. And to round off, that extra batter, and Saurav Ganguly in fact repeatedly told me that, why are you so downcast about the fortunes of India? Why are you thinking that this Indian side doesn't have that kind of a chance? Why are you saying that they are an underdog? They are a serious talent and will be one of the favorites. That is Saurav Ganguly's point of view. My point of view is, in a long time, an Indian team is going to this World Cup as an underdog. I do think that Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, even England, these are sides which have done really well in T20 cricket, and India has struggled in this particular format. Some of the people who are there, Mohammad Siraj, Hardik Pandya, their form has worried me. In the IPL, for example, I was worried. Saurav Ganguly did not think it was important or relevant, because he said the conditions will be different, the ground sizes will be bigger, the players will find it much more easier in the World Cup, especially the bowlers. So one need not be scared about it. So he repeatedly made the point that it is difficult for fast bowlers in the IPL. It is very difficult for fast bowlers in conditions where they are 55-meter boundary or a 60-meter boundary. So one need not worry about that in the World Cup. But as far as I am concerned, it is a cause of worry, or it was a cause of worry for me for a long time, and I've said that repeatedly on my show, and I hold it, that I need to be proved wrong, and I will be the happiest if I'm proved wrong. And Saurav Ganguly is proved right that India does play a fantastic World Cup, and Rohit Sharma, who I genuinely have great affection and fondness for, goes on and lifts the trophy. For Rahul Dravid, it will be the moment under the sun, because otherwise the coaching tenure has not been great. So when we analyze Rahul Dravid's tenure, it will actually be more negative than positive. So for Rahul Dravid also, this World Cup win will be fantastic if it does happen. So that's how it is stacked. We start our campaign. Let's get behind the boys. It is just a coincidence that I'm wearing blue today, but let's get behind the boys and back the blue. Let's all bleed blue. Forget about whatever form, etc., and just pray. Just hope that the team gets better. The team puts its best foot forward, not simply in cricket, but also in football. You have seen the two interviews that we have done, the Sunil Chetri and the Igor Stimac interview. Tomorrow, we will put out a Gurpreet Singh Sandhu interview for you. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu on this Kuwait game and also on Sunil Chetri. Fascinating interview and extremely some funny anecdotes also said by Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. So we continue with our build-up for the football match in Salt Lake Stadium on the 6th. Tomorrow we have Gurpreet Singh Sandhu and day after we will have Sandesh Jhingan for you. So our football build-up continues, and on the 3rd, which is the Monday, we are also doing a program called Farewell Sunil. If anyone wants to watch, do write into us at Rev Sports. Do write into us if you want to come. It is at the Kolkata Sports Journalist Club. Mehtab Hussain, Rahim Nabi, Bhaskar Ganguly, IFA Secretary Anirban Dotto, Dipendu Biswas, all of them will reminisce about Sunil, talk about their memories and celebrate Sunil. It will be hosted by our reporters and Dulal De, who's a senior football writer with Shongbad Protidin. So we are all going to celebrate Sunil Chetri with our Farewell Sunil program presented by Federal Bank, powered by Shrachi, with our smartphone partner ITEL Mobiles. So this is the plan. Multi-sport. Our correspondents have left for the United States. They will cover football, cricket from on ground in the US. Football, you've seen our coverage with Sunil, with Igor. Every day our reporters are there at India practice. We have Gurpreet, we have Sandesh. We are doing this Farewell Sunil match, and then on the 6th, 7-8 of our people, some with tickets, some with accreditations, the whole team will be there at the Salt Lake Stadium to get behind the Indian team. That's how sport should be covered. It is not simply about cricket and the IPL and forget about other sports. That's what the other platforms do, but that's what we don't do. We even in our Hindi platform, हमने आज बतकही with बोरिया में सुनील छेत्री पे एक स्पेशल एपिसोड किया है. हाँ, हालांकि उतना व्यूज नहीं आता है क्योंकि क्रिकेट का जो हम लोगों का यहाँ दर्शक है वो फुटबॉल के लिए या बाकी स्पोर्ट्स के लिए नहीं है, बट दर्शकों के लिए देखिए वो नंबर्स के लिए हम लोग नहीं खेलते हैं. फिर तो पैरालंपिक्स और ओलंपिक स्पोर्ट कवर ही नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर आप पैरालंपिक्स कवर करोगे और पैसा वहां पे स्पेंड कर दोगे, क्रिकेट जैसा नंबर्स नहीं आएगा. बट फिर मुझे आप ये बताइए कि पैरालंपिक स्पोर्ट या ओलंपिक स्पोर्ट आपके पास इंपॉर्टेंट है या नहीं है? अगर इनको बैक नहीं करेंगे, सपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे, तो आप कैसे इनको ऊपर लेकर आओगे? हाउ आर यू डिफरेंट देन दैट इज द होल पॉइंट. बट दैट्स व्हाई आई कीप सेइंग ओलंपिक स्पोर्ट, पैरालंपिक स्पोर्ट, फुटबॉल, सारे जो बाकी स्पोर्ट्स हैं इनको सपोर्ट कीजिए. गायत्री और ट्रीजा का जो परफॉर्मेंस था सिंगापुर ओपन में, आज 23-21 और 21 मात्सुयामा एंड शीरा से वो हार गए. But what a fantastic effort it was from Triza and Gayatri to make the semi-finals of the Singapore Open. So we celebrate all sport. Tulika Man has gotten her quota for the Olympics. Nishant Dev got it yesterday in boxing in the 71 kilos. Amit Pangal and Sachin Sivach are also on the cusp, one more win, and they get to the Paris Olympics. Plenty happening in our world of sport and across sport. I keep saying it. Follow all of these sports. Read all of these sports on our website. Rohan Chaudhary has done a beautiful interview with Swapnil Kusale, which you can read today. So across sport, multiple different sports, optimum celebration of sport is what Rev Sport stands for. And that is what this program is also all about. I delved in detail on the Saurav Ganguly interview today because the interview is viral and it was our exclusive. It has been picked up nationally. And there is a lot of talk already on the interview about the Virat point and about Saurav Ganguly's support for Gautam Gambhir. So I leave it at that. And I hope you like 5 at 5. So do subscribe to Rev Sports English. Do subscribe and ring the notification bell and back us. Ask the critical questions. Absolutely fine. Do subscribe to our Facebook page and my own Facebook page, the Twitter profile on Rev Sports and my own Twitter profile. Follow us on YouTube because this is your platform by journalists and for journalists and for analysts and fans. That's what we have. It was a 35-minute long show, but with y'all, time always flies. Love to do this. I'll try and do tomorrow as well if I can, if I do get the time. I will try and do at least 3 or 4 days a week is what I've told you. And next week, obviously, the big build up to the Sunil Chetri game, the big build up to the Cricket World Cup from on ground in New York with Devashish Sen and Ishan Shahane. And of course, the Pakistan match, we will do huge number of programs and we will launch our Olympic specials with 50 days to go on the 7th of June. It's a tremendous week coming up on Rev Sports. For the moment, thank you very much for watching. Live টা stop